Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be. Welcome back to my channel, my Loverlies. If you've never been here before, thank you so much for clicking on my video. I am so happy you found me. I do so hope that you will like and subscribe before you leave. Become part of the Mama family. Mama's got your back, at least where makeup's concerned, and definitely when that makeup is cheap. Today, it is once again that time of the month. Da, 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 da. BoxyCharm is here. I am super excited about it. We've got lots of goodness in this month's box. Before we get started, a very special, very warm welcome to any of those that are new to my channel. I am so incredibly happy that you are here. If you enjoy the content, I do so hope that you will mash that thumbs up button. I hope that you will subscribe if you have not already. And I hope that you will ring my bell, turn on your notifications, so that way, next time I upload a video, you can come right back here and we can hang out together again. Also, my makeup is already done. She's lovely. She looks very, very pretty today. I, of course, did film a TikTok on today's eye look just in case you're interested. I will make sure to have the tags for that, as well as all of my other socials, Facebook, Instagram, all that good stuff, listed in the description box below. Guys, if you are not following me on all my other socials, you definitely should go do that. I post fun content every single day. And if you're following me everywhere, you don't have to worry about missing a single moment of it. All right, with all of that out of the way, let's dive in to this month's unboxing. Just a little bit about BoxyCharm before we get started. BoxyCharm is a makeup subscription box that arrives to your doorstep once a month. Inside, it contains 5 full-size beauty products, usually a mixture of makeup, tools, skincare, and hair care. More often than not, it is very skincare forward. However, the last couple of months, we've gotten a nice variety of products, which has made me super, super happy. Now, the way that the box is set up, they pick your first 2 products for you. Those are going to be your power picks. After that, you then get to choose the 3 remaining products from a list of options provided. Now, after you've picked all 5 of your products, you then get the option to shop the add-ons. This is my favorite part of the entire process. The add-ons section is usually where they've got the new products, new brands that they're testing out, things like that. There's always some really fantastic products there at really, really good prices. So I, of course, picked up more than a few this month. My focus has really been on skincare. My skin has been so very, very dry. The last couple of months, I just cannot give it enough to drink. Also, I'm really trying to focus on anti-aging. I feel like my age is starting to show on my face. I know a lot of that has to do with stress, but it is what it is. So I'm really trying to focus on fine lines and wrinkles. So some of my choices are going to reflect that. But for the most part, we got some really fantastic makeup, fragrances, some good skincare. I'm super stoked. All right, with all of that out of the way, let's just go ahead and dive into the unboxing part of today's video. Now, each and every month, BoxyCharm has a theme for the month's box, and this month it is about the Beauty Olympics, so it's supposed to be the best of the best, and we shall see about that. Power pick number 1 for the month of August 2024 is going to be from Iconic London. So we have here the Treat Yourself eyeshadow palette. It says, open this luxe treat to reveal the eyeshadow palette of your dreams, showcasing 20 delicious hues from matte crease shades to pastel pops of color. You'll be more than satisfied with this gorgeous palette. Says this MSRPs for around $62, which is very, very pricey, especially for an eyeshadow palette. But I do want to tell you, I find that the formulas inside really reflect that price point. I want to say this is probably my 3rd or 4th eyeshadow palette from Iconic London, and most of them are formulated and laid out pretty much the same way. You open it up, you get a nice full-size mirror, and then this is your color story. You have plenty of neutral shades for the crease. You've got a good amount of depth in here. It goes from super rich and deep to really nice and light and airy. You've got plenty of options in here, so you're not going to get super bored. I think where this palette or this brand in general really excels, though, is their metallic formula. So the metallic formula is somewhere between a super intense metallic and then glittery and shiny, that kind of thing. They're somewhere right there in the center. They reflect a good amount of light, but they don't go onto the eye and accentuate the texture. They make your eyelid look better and not worse. I find that with a lot of metallic textures and formulas, they can really go onto the eyelid and make it look so heavy. Goes on and it really accentuates every bump, every lump, every line, every wrinkle, and this just does not do that. They go on and they smooth things out. They play with light in such a way that it just beautifies the eye area, and I love it so very much for that. Like I said, I think this palette is going to appeal to almost everybody. I feel like the tones in here are very wearable. It's just going to be an easy eyeshadow palette to play with. There's not much I can say about it other than it is very pretty. I have worked with this formula before, and I know that it is a joy to work with. Another thing I want to say about the metallics in the Iconic London palettes is oftentimes they're a little bit duochromatic. So especially this shade right here, this one right here, it is a duochrome. It shifts from a really beautiful kind of like pinky brown shade to like a gold, but there's also a little bit of green in there as well. I don't know if it's going to show up on camera or not, but it is a really pretty shifty shade, and it looks so gorgeous on the eyelids. I don't think there's anything about this palette that I dislike, and I'm very excited and very happy to have it as Power Pick number 1. Power Pick number 2 is from a brand that I've seen quite a bit in my BoxyCharm the last couple of months. We're talking about Keys Soul Care. So this is the Keys Soul Care Firm Belief Smoothing Peptide Cream. Y'all, when it comes to anti-aging, peptides are going to be your best friend. They help with the moisture barrier, they help to hydrate and smooth, they help rewind the ravages of time. Just really good for you. It says, introducing your secret to smooth, supple skin. This rejuvenating peptide cream is infused with a powerful blend of 5 peptide complex along with snow mushroom extract to help deeply hydrate and diminish the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles. So it says this MSRP is for around $40. I am very excited to get this in this month's box. Like I said earlier, I am so very dry, and it seems like nothing I have in my collection right now is quite rich enough and like quenching enough to really give my skin what it really needs. So I am very excited to start playing with this. Of the things that I have tried from this brand, I find that most of them are actually very nice. There are 1,000,001 different celebrity-owned brands out there right now, especially in the beauty community. Seems like everybody's got one. And when it comes to this one, I believe it's owned by Alicia Keys, and she wanted her brand to really focus on clean, good for you formulations that don't have a bunch of those added stuff that just really isn't necessary, right? A bunch of those added fillers and perfumes, things like that. So this is vegan, it is cruelty free, it is perfume free, fragrance free, all of that good stuff. There's no artificial dyes or colors, anything like that. I also really love the packaging on her products. They're just so like minimalistic and classy and timeless. I gotta tell you, I really do love a blue glass jar, and I love that it's got a white lid on it. Just that blue and white combination is just, it makes me so very happy. Also, for some reason, it makes me feel like it's gonna work better. It feels a little bit medicinal and a little bit clinical for me, which is always a good thing when it comes to skincare. I am very excited about this. The fact that it's $40 doesn't really put me off that much. I feel like for a celebrity-owned brand, $40 is a pretty fair price point. I cannot wait to feel what this feels like. It does look super thick and rich. I do like that it's filled all the way up to the top. Now, I don't know if there's a big giant air bubble down there in the bottom somewhere. I'm sure that there is. But upon first opening it, I like that it's nice and full. A lot of times these things come half empty, and it just makes me so mad. Like, why not make smaller packaging? It's because they want us to think that we're getting more than we actually are, which usually is just meh. But this looks nice and full. What does the actual cream feel like? Ooh, that feels super nice. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it is super thick and rich. It just kind of like clings to the skin in a very nice way. Oh yeah, that feels so nice on the back of my hand. It feels super thick and rich and hydrating, but it just kind of sinks instantly into the skin, and it doesn't leave behind anything greasy. It doesn't make me feel like I need to go wash my hands, that kind of thing. It just feels nice. It sinks into the skin completely, but it leaves it feeling dewy and fresh and hydrated. Yeah, I am super excited about that. The fact that it's got peptides in it makes me very happy. Like I said, I'm really trying to focus on dryness and anti-aging, and for me, this checks both of those boxes. So I'm very excited to start playing with this. This will probably be the next moisturizer that I end up opening and using. Now, when it comes to this brand, this is not the only thing from this brand that I got in this month's box. We're going to talk about something else just in a little bit that I've really been loving. But as a whole, I really like this brand. I think everything they do is thoughtful and well done. Also tasteful. I just love the packaging, things like that. So yeah, this is a 10 out of 10 for me. So happy about it. Moving on to the choices for this month's box. The choices were a little bit, they were sad. The choices for this month's box were sad. It was a ton of lip products. You guys already know I have so many lip products in my collection. I just really don't need any more. I just feel like there's no way I could use them up before they turn to dust. So I really try to stay away from the lip products. I try to stay away from the eye creams. I just have so many that at this point, getting any more would just be redundant. So after like excluding those 2 items, my choices were severely limited. So for choice number 1, I ended up picking another lip product, but again, it was a choice full of lip products. So I picked the lesser of all the evils, and I picked a brand that I really don't play with very often. So this is the BoxyCharm Plump Shot Collagen Infused Lip Serum. I got mine in the shade Exposed. So it says, enter your faux filler era with this sheer nude plumping lip serum. It's stacked with vegan collagen, peptides, hyaluronic acid, and moisturizing botanical oils like jojoba and avocado to help your lips look their absolute best. Now it says it MSRPs for $29. When it comes to this brand, just in general, I don't play with BoxyCharm ever. I really don't own any of their products. It's not a brand that's really on my radar. I have heard about them, and I do know that they were very popular. I want to say maybe about 10 years ago. Everybody absolutely adored this brand, specifically for their lip products. So I was excited to kind of test it out. However, I just wasn't super happy with my choices for this category. Anyway, this is what the packaging looks like. The packaging is very, very nice, and the actual component is super bougie. Like, this feels expensive at $29. I should hope that it would be. $29 is a lot to spend on a lip product, especially considering the caliber of lip products we have available at the drugstore right now. I just feel like $30 for a lip product is excessive. However, I read the reviews on it, and it says people really, really like this. So what is this supposed to be? This is supposed to be like a sheer plumping lip serum. It's supposed to go on, give your lips a nice little tingle, add a sheer amount of coverage. It's basically a lip gloss, right? So let's try it on. Okay, first and foremost, it tastes and smells kind of like vanilla mint, right? So there's a little bit of that bakery smell in the background, but I get a little bit of that mintiness. I'm assuming the mint is what gives it the tingle and the plumping effect. It does feel very, very smooth. It feels very thin. I want to say it almost feels like a lip oil and a lip gloss kind of combo. Very thin, very lightweight. It's not sticky. It's not stringy in any way. It's got a nice amount of shine to it. Goes on, makes the lips look nice and juicy. It's got a nice amount of thickness to it as well, so it feels very secure on my lips. I don't feel like it's gonna move around and migrate and end up like pooling at the corners of my mouth, which is very, very nice. The wand is actually super nice as well. It's very tiny, but it kind of hugs the lip in a really beautiful way. So you have a lot of control during application, which I enjoy. I actually really like how long the wand is as well. So this is in the shade Exposed. That's what she looks like. This is pretty. I like that a lot, actually. Would I ever pick it up for $29? Definitely not. But for a $29 lip product, it's kind of giving what it's supposed to give, right? It feels a little bit bougie. It smells really nice. It feels delightful on the lips. I'm not mad at it. Does it feel like anything super mind-blowing? Is it like something I would ever go out and purchase at full price? Certainly not. This actually feels quite a bit like my e.l.f. Pout Clout Lip Plumping Pen. That same kind of feel. It's got that same kind of minty tingle on the lips. However, the e.l.f. pen is a little bit thicker, so it really sticks more on the lips, and this one is a lot more lightweight. Feels a little bit more like a lip oil rather than a lip gloss or a lipstick, anything like that. So yeah, if you like really lightweight plumping lip products, I do think that you would really, really enjoy this. But if you want this same kind of effect at like literally a third of the price point, go check out the e.l.f. one, because this is $8 and does pretty much the same thing. Choice number 2 is something that I am actually super excited about. It is from Lunar Beauty, and this is a brand that I have been wanting to test out and play with for the longest time. So this is another, I want to say, celebrity influencer owned brand. This brand is owned by Manny NUA. He is a fellow YouTuber, definitely one of my favorites. I love him so much. His content is so funny. Anyway, his brand is one of those brands that I'm just like absolutely just itching to play with. I basically want to get a full face and just lather myself with his products. They're super affordably priced as well. He is very conscious about how much his products cost. He really does try to keep that cost down as low as he possibly can, and we love him for that. He doesn't try to price gouge us, which a lot of other celebrities do, and it makes me very unhappy. Anyway, I finally got to test out one of his liquid blushes. So this is the Lunar Beauty Moon Prism Liquid Blush in the shade Fuego Fuchsia. Now it says, get a gorgeous pop of fuchsia color with this lightweight and pigmented liquid blush. Infused with ceramides and squalane, this hydrating longwear formula glides on effortlessly, providing a sultry satin finish that lasts all day. It says that MSRP is for about $25, which is very pricey for a liquid blush. However, you have to take into consideration that he is an independently owned brand, on top of the fact that he's an influencer brand. So I do think $25 is a pretty reasonable price. So I got the shade Fuego Fuchsia, and I do have to say that my options for choice number 2 were more lip products and then this liquid blush. So I, of course, opted for the liquid blush. I do think the color is very pretty as well. So the packaging, first and foremost, is stunning. It is this soft touch matte packaging with his Lunar Beauty logo. You get a nice doe foot applicator, and this color is just... it's so pretty. It is so super pretty. Now for a liquid blush, I was expecting this to be a lot runnier than it is, and it has more of a moussey texture. And because of that, a little bit goes a very long way, but it just blends out effortlessly. It doesn't pick up the product underneath it. It doesn't mess with your foundation. It doesn't mess with your coverage. It goes on, it blends out effortlessly, and it just gives you this really gorgeous, very even wash of slightly luminous color. Like, I just think that is the prettiest shade ever, especially for this coming winter. This is going to be a right in from the cold kind of color for me. It's going to look so very pretty. Now, I did play with this a couple of times so far, and I got to tell you, I like it. I like it a lot. Do I like it enough to go out and purchase another one at full price? Maybe not at full price, but if he ever has a sale going on, I certainly will pick up a couple more shades of this product. I love how sleek and slim the packaging is. It's very lightweight. It's very pigmented. A little bit goes, I just put one dot on the back of my hand. Like, I could probably do both cheeks with one dot. It's that pigmented, but again, it's very blendable. So if you feel like you overdo it just a little bit, it is very easy to just kind of like blend it away and just kind of like restart, that kind of thing. Just a very easy product to work with, kind of foolproof, and a really nice formula. So I am very happy about choice number 2. And then heading into choice number 3, this was just awful. I did also remember to take screenshots of all of my choices, so I will pop them up at the appropriate times. But choice number 3, again, was just a little bit underwhelming. I ended up picking up some eyeliner. When it comes to eyeliner, I just feel like it's one of those things that you never ever have to purchase high end. There are so many fantastic options at the drugstore that give you long wearability, that give you stay put. Like, they just do everything you want a good eyeliner to do. There is no reason in the world for you to go out and spend $28 on an eyeliner. So this is the Farrah Gel Eyeliner Duo. It says this eyeliner duo features a deep black and dark purple color to define and intensify your eyes. Quick to apply and set, it delivers intense color payoff for bold, dramatic eyes that look and last all day. With its long-lasting staying power, this gel eyeliner ensures your eye makeup stays put without smudging or fading, keeping you looking fierce from morning to night. MSRPs for $28. That means each one of these eyeliners is $14 a piece, and I just can't justify it. I do think that the Farrah packaging is very nice, though I do feel like I could probably pick something very similar to this up at the drugstore and again pay half the price for it. But there's that. Farrah isn't a brand that I'm super familiar with. I have a couple of her primers, a couple of products that I've received through BoxyCharm, but again, it is a brand that I just associate with BoxyCharm because I've never seen it anywhere else and I never hear anybody talk about it. But when it comes to a good black eyeliner, I can always use another one in my collection. It's one of those products that I genuinely use every single time I do my makeup. If I'm using it on my waterline, I usually line both my upper and lower waterlines with a black eyeliner just because I feel like it makes my lashes look more intense and a little bit thicker. So I do go through these pretty quickly. And I do have watery eyes also, and my eyes are a little bit squinty, so my eyeliner tends to smudge, it tends to migrate, and also I really dislike when eyeliner kind of pools at the inner corner of your eye. I think it's awful. I think it looks just kind of gross, and it's not my favorite thing. So I'm always on the hunt for an eyeliner that doesn't do that. As of yet, I have not found an eyeliner that can truly stand up to my super watery eyes. So the day that that actually happens, I'll probably dance for joy, jump for joy. But until then, I'll continue to test them out. So this is just the black one. Let's do a little bit of a swatcheroo. Okay, so it is a gel eyeliner, which means it's going to be super, super creamy, which I enjoy. I do really love a good creamy gel, like super dark black eyeliner. I just feel like a black eyeliner does so much for the eye with like zero effort. Makes me very, very happy. So that's what she looks like. It's very black, it's very deep, it's very creamy. We're gonna let it set on the back of my hand for just a minute, see if it dries down completely to a budge-proof finish. And then this is and it just broke. It just broke. You guys see that? That's super upsetting. I absolutely dislike when they do that. But there's the purple one, and I gotta say that purple is super nice. I really like that shade. I actually have purple eyeliner on today. Let's add just a little bit and see how it applies onto the eye. It applies really nicely. It applies smoothly. It's nice and deep and pigmented. It is very, very creamy. It's super soft though. Like I just opened it and the whole tip just broke off, and I feel like I just wasted like half of my product. So that's a little bit disappointing, but I will say it does apply really beautifully to the eyes. I'm very happy with that. Let's do a little bit of a smudge test. Okay, so it's definitely not smudge proof. I've been letting it sit on the back of my hand for a minute now, and it definitely did not set down. It does blend out really beautifully. Let's try the purple. So the purple, it just kind of like disappeared. The black one really smudged out nice, but the purple one just kind of disappeared. So I don't know about that. That's what it looks like. Y'all, I wasn't even blending it very hard either. I was just basically rubbing on it. So there's that. Overall, I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed. It is very creamy. It's very pigmented. It looks beautiful on the eyes. But as for like an all-day stay put, smudge proof, fade proof, that all those claims, I think they're pretty much debunked. These are basically drugstore eyeliners at a very marked up price point. So I'm a little bit upset about this pick. I do think that I wish I would have picked something different. However, I will use them. I will get use out of them. I just don't think they're anything super special. Y'all, that was the end of this month's base box. So I got a couple of eyeliners, I got a liquid blush, I got an eyeshadow palette, I got a face cream. I got some good stuff in this month's box. Overall, I am very, very happy about it. I definitely, besides the eyeliner, I definitely would repick all of these things. I think they're all really beautiful. I think overall value of this month's base box is 10 out of 10. I like the variety of products that I received. I like the brands that were in this month's base box. Overall, I do think this month's box, 10 out of 10, one of the best ones we've had in a couple of months, and I couldn't be happier about it. Now, it is time to move on to the add-on portion of this month's video. Y'all, we've got a lot to talk about. I will try to be pretty quick about it so I don't keep you here all day, but I have about 8 add-ons for this month, and all of them are better than the last. I picked up 2 different perfumes in this month's add-on portion for my box. I picked up one from Skylar, and y'all, when it comes to BoxyCharm perfumes, I feel like they always have the most unique brands I have never heard of ever, and they always smell so good. The only hard part about picking up a perfume online is that you just can't smell it before you purchase it. So you really have to be aware of what notes you enjoy and what your perfume scent profile really is. So that way you can like kind of make an educated guess about whether you're gonna like something or not. That said, I picked up this rollerball from Skylar. Now, originally this goes for about $30. I picked it up for $12. It is a full-size rollerball, and I did go check out the Skylar website. They've got some really beautiful scents on there. Again, I didn't get to smell anything, but from the way that their fragrances were described, it sounded like I would like a lot of the stuff on there, and this one just sounds absolutely delightful. It sounds genuinely delicious. So this is the Amber Dunes. This one is Moonlit, Jasmine, Vanilla Orchid, and Amber. All three of those things I absolutely adore. So I figured that I was really gonna like this scent, and I was so very, very correct. So again, I picked this up for $12. You get a nice sized, full-size rollerball, which is so nice. I actually collect these because I really like to have at least 2 or 3 of them in my purse at all times. I feel like a good rollerball, something especially like in the middle of my workday. I find that towards the middle of my workday, I usually get pretty grumpy. I'm just over it and I just want to go home. So if I have a fragrance in my purse that just kind of is going to elevate my mood a little bit, it tends to brighten things up for me and make the rest of the day just a little bit more bearable. And this smells so good. It's sexy and clean. You know how you smell right after a shower? It's all hot and like you put on your deodorant or something like that, and you still smell the soap and the steam. And, oh, it's so good. It smells like that. It's very warm, it's very sensual, but it's not super overpowering. Like, you're not gonna roll this onto your wrist and instantly be like, whoa, that's too much. Also, it says that you're supposed to tap this instead of rubbing it, just to make sure that the scent lasts a little bit longer. When you rub the scent together, you kind of destroy some of those scent, like the molecule chains, what have you, and it ends up dissipating a lot faster than it would if you just tapped it. So there's a new little tidbit for you. I didn't know that until I read that actually on the Skylar website. So you tap it onto your wrists and it just smells so good. It's got a great amount of throw to it, but again, it's not overpowering. It's very clean, it's very warm. You can definitely smell the little hint of jasmine in there. It gives it the teeniest, tiniest bit of a floral note. But then along with the vanilla orchid and the amber, it's super warm and just like cozy. This is such a beautiful fragrance. Very, very happy with this. You get 10 mils of product in here. I picked it up for 12 bucks. If this ever goes back on the drop shop, y'all, I'm gonna pick up at least 2 more because it's so nice. I was really surprised by how much I like this fragrance. Also, Skylar supposedly is a clean beauty brand, so there's not a lot of those like chemicals or what have you, things that just aren't good for your body. It's a nice clean fragrance that smells super clean and warm. If you like a vanilla gourmand fragrance, you 100% will enjoy this. Now, the next perfume I got is kind of on the complete opposite side of the spectrum. So this is Juliet Has a Gun. I have never heard of this brand before a day in my life. I just thought the name was so funny, I had to pick it up. Now, this is a little deluxe size sample. I picked this up for $3.50. It says, a powerful blend of dark cherry, pink berry, and cashmere creates a seductive, deep, and moody scent with a long-lasting trail. It says it's fruity, floral, and irresistible. This fragrance will become a favorite from the first spritz. Now, at full price, this little one goes for $20. I picked it up for $3.50. Y'all, it is so good. Complete and total opposite of that warm, clean scent from Skylar. This is intense. It is so good. It is so good. This smells expensive. Like, you ever see, like, this is what I would envision, like, a Dolce & Gabbana. Like, it gives me that just kind of, like, old money, effortlessly chic, that kind of smell. Like, it just smells like a rich woman with a pair of, like, 6-inch stilettos and a leather jacket. Like, this is what that smells like. It's divine. It is spicy and floral, but a little bit sweet. It is bold. It is just so good. If I ever find this on at the drop shop again, I'm going to pick up at least 5 or 6 more because you only get this teeny tiny little vial of it. I'm not mad at it because, again, it was only $3.50. But again, I just wish you could smell the things before you purchase them, because if I had smelled this before I purchased it, I would have put at least 5 of them into my cart. It smells so good. And the thing that I like the most about this is you can spritz this with that warm amber scent and it just smells that much better. The trail and the lasting power on this fragrance is insane. Like, I put one little spritz of it onto my neck and I smell good all day. Like, it is super powerful. It is very assertive, almost an aggressive fragrance, but in such a good way. I can't explain it to you other than it's like stiletto heels and a leather jacket. Like, it just smells like a bad, like a just, it's good. It's good. I really like it. I liked it so much that I went and I looked up how much an actual bottle of this would cost, and it's about $150. It's about $150 perfume. And I like it so much that I'm really considering purchasing it because it does smell so intensely good. It's almost addictive. It's one of those smells that you smell and you just want to keep going back and sniffing and sniffing and sniffing because you don't know what it is about it, but it just, oh, it's so good. I like this. So I gotta say that the perfumes were a complete and total win this month. I liked both of the ones that I picked up, and I am so happy. I love discovering new fragrance brands and new scents, because especially when it comes to perfume, I feel like we can kind of get stuck in a rut where we just continue to wear what we know we like, and we stop kind of experimenting with new fragrances. And BoxyCharm is such a great way to experiment without really putting your wallet out there on the line. So yeah, both of these, 10 out of 10 for me. Very different, but very beautiful in their own ways. Products number 3 and 4 are both foundations. Now, I definitely did not need any new foundation in my collection. However, both of these products are ones that I've been wanting to play with for a hot minute now, and they were both so reasonably priced that I just couldn't pass on them. First up, we have something from Glowish by Huda Beauty. This is the Multi-Dew Skin Tint. I picked mine up in the shade Light Medium 04. It is a teeny bit deep for me, but it does play well with my mixing pigments, so I was able to make it work. As for this brand, I believe it's on its way out the door. I've seen a bunch of products from this brand available on the drop shop. I also went over to the website and everything was either out of stock or unavailable, and they haven't restocked in a hot minute. So I'm assuming she's revamping, rebranding, or just getting rid of it. However, this in general was something that just really piqued my interest. Anything that's going to say multi-dew on it, especially for a dried up, dusty old mummy like myself, just is really going to interest me. It says this sheer coverage skin tint proves that complexion dreams really do come true. It's made with squalane, Damascus rose oil, and red bell pepper extract for digital pollution protection, whatever that is, to help instantly brighten your complexion and blur pores for a soft, focused, dewy finish. Now, this MSRP is for $37. Would never pick it up for that price point, but at $12, I am very comfortable. Like, that's lower than drugstore pricing, so we're here for it. Now, I did play with this already. I put it on and I wore it to work, and I gotta tell you, it looked fantastic. It didn't cling to any of my dry patches. It didn't accentuate any of my flaky areas. Like, it went on and it looked really nice. Now, this is what it looks like on the back of my hand. You can tell it's a little bit deep, but the pigments really help that. Another thing is that a lot of the products from Huda Beauty, they're just so warm. A lot of them pull so orange or so yellow. Even the cooler toned options, they're more peach than they are pink, and they just don't work for my skin tone, which is why I don't really order a lot of complexion products from Huda Beauty. I wish she would fix that. I wish that she would bring out some cooler toned options, just so that us pasty girls could really get in on the fun. However, like I said, I was able to make this work with some mixing pigments, and it looked really pretty on my skin. It wore pretty well throughout the day. Now, it does not sit down on its own. It doesn't stay super sticky or tacky on the skin, but it also really doesn't dry down. So if you really want it to last all day, you do have to powder it. I will say it takes to powder really beautifully. It didn't make it look heavy. It didn't make it look cakey. It did look so nice on my skin. It wore very well throughout the day. It didn't feel heavy. It was very breathable, pretty lightweight. I just liked it. I liked it quite a bit. Not enough to ever really repurchase it, because I feel like things like this are a dime a dozen, especially at the drugstore. I can find something very similar to this that has a better undertone for me. but I'm not mad that I purchased it. It's not something that I'm going to toss away or not use. I will continue to use it. I like it, just not enough to repurchase it. The next skin tint that I purchased was from Keys Soul Care. So this is the Keys Soul Care. It's like skin 2-in-1 tint and concealer. Guys, I played with this already and I really, really like it. This is fantastic. I wore this to work the other day and this tone is almost a perfect complexion match for me. I got this in the shade 150N. The bottle is so pretty. You get a nice solid glass bottle. It comes with a doe foot applicator. I like the doe foot. It's nice and pointy, so it's super easy to use as a concealer, but also really easy to apply to the rest of the face as well. The tone on this, like I said, is almost perfect for me. I just like it so much. It goes on, it gives you a really gorgeous, very realistic skin-like finish with a little touch of like hydrated glossiness to it. Like it doesn't stay sticky or tacky on the skin at all. But again, it's not super mattifying and it's not drying in any way. It takes to powder beautifully. This wore beautifully throughout the day. I didn't have any problems with this at all whatsoever. Now, it says this multitasking skin tint is about to become your go-to for a naturally radiant complexion. This versatile tint offers buildable light to medium coverage that brightens and blurs imperfections for a skin-like finish. It's infused with 2% niacinamide to help brighten and balance, and a squalane blend to keep your skin hydrated and moisturized all day long. Now this MSRP is for $28, which is almost half price of the Glowish. I again picked it up for $12. At $12, I would pick this up over and over and over again. It was very buildable. It was lightweight and breathable on the skin. If I had to pick between the two, I definitely would pick the Keys Soul Care. It just felt so at home on my skin. It wasn't uncomfortable in any way. The tone was really nice. I really like the bottle. There's just nothing about this product that I disliked in any way. It went on and gave such a skin-like, natural-looking finish to my skin, though it was hydrating and beautifying at the same time. This was delightful. I would definitely repurchase this if ever I run out of it. I do like that it can be either a concealer or a skin tint, though I will say I don't ever see myself using this as a concealer. It just doesn't have enough coverage for me to use as a concealer, but as an all over the face kind of skin tint slash foundation, it worked beautifully and I really, really like it. Add-on number 5 is from Ofra Cosmetics. Y'all, there is something about this brand that just sucks me in every single time. I just feel like their complexion products, like their powders, are so like top notch. They're so good. They're so blendable. They're so lightweight. They always look so good on the skin, and their highlighters are my holy grail. They're out of this world shiny. They go on, but they don't enhance texture. They are literally beaming. They like literally jump right off your face. They're so good. I really like their eyeshadows as well. Just there's nothing to not like about their this brand, except for that price point, because they're ridiculously expensive. So this is the Unconditional Mini Mix Face Palette. It says, get swept off your feet with this versatile and refillable magnetic eyeshadow palette that comes packed with 8 highly pigmented eyeshadow shades. Made in collaboration with YouTuber Hot Mess Mama, this collection has both your everyday looks covered, plus any night out glam you might need. This MSRP is for $39, so $40 for this. I paid $12 for it. I would never go out and pay $50 for this palette. I just feel like that's egregiously overpriced. However, at $12, I was very comfortable picking it up. Now, this is Hot Mess Mama, I guess. I don't know her. I've never watched any of her content, but the colors she chose are super pretty. This is just about as basic can get. I figured this was going to be a really gorgeous eyeshadow palette to use if it was like going out way on vacation, or if it was just in a super big rush and just wanted everything in one palette. You have a blush, a bronzer, and a highlight. Of course, highlight is absolutely stunning. It is so beaming and so beautiful. Just look at that. There are, like I said, there's something about the Ofra highlights that absolutely just rock my world. Now, this is a shade that she made in collaboration with Ofra Cosmetics, so it is just in this palette, which I adore. And it's so pretty. They're so blinding and so shiny. But they go on and they give you that highlight, but they don't ever leave a cast. They don't ever, they don't ever enhance texture. They're just absolutely blinding and beaming, and I love them so much. When it comes to their powders, just in general, it is a baked formula, so they're very, very dry. And because they're such a dry formula, they go on and they blend absolutely effortlessly. I never have to worry about patching or skipping or anything like that. They just go on, they do exactly what you want a good powder to do. There's no fuss, no muss, and really not a lot of effort needs to be involved. So I thought all of the colors in this palette were super nice. I like the blush color. It's really pretty. Look how bright and like just pinky coral that is. Just gonna be a gorgeous everyday kind of blush color. Also, I like the fact there's like a bronzer slash contour in here. Super pretty. There's nothing not to like about this palette. Also, I like that you can take any of these shades out because it's a magnetic palette. You can take out any of the shades and switch them out with other shades if you prefer, because it's very customizable, it's very refillable. They're just fantastic. Even the eyeshadows, like the glowy eyeshadows that are up at the top, if you wanted to, like this one, you could totally use as a highlight as well. Look at that. Like it's insane. It's insane how pretty they are. They literally, I could sit here and apply the Ofra highlight to my face for hours upon hours on end and not get bored with it. They're just really good. So for 12 bucks, I picked it up. I like it. I love it. Definitely, you know, if you like Ofra cosmetics, if you've never tried them, this is definitely a great way to dip a toe into the brand, because you get a little sampling of everything they have to offer in one teeny tiny little palette. I want to say this is maybe like the third or fourth mini mix palette that I've purchased. Each one of them is different and special in their own way. They never repeat colors, things like that. And again, you can take all of the shades out and fully customize your own palette. I actually might do that later. I might take all the shades out and like curate my own little mini mix palette out of all of the shades that I have so far. Let me know if you'd like to see a video on that, maybe a short, because I feel like that'd be a good time. Either way, I love this so much. I love the mini mix palettes. I love the blush palettes. Their contours and bronzers are stunning. They get undertones really, really right. And again, the highlighters. Chef's kiss perfection. They're so pretty. So I love this so much. Y'all, tell me why I felt the need to pick everything up in twos this month. So I got 2 foundations, I got 2 eyeshadow palettes, and I also got 2 liquid blushes from different brands, but both are just so stupidly pretty. Y'all, why? First up, I picked up this liquid blush from Lovecraft Beauty. This is the Liquid Cosmic Blush. I got this in the shade Solar Spin. I picked up the shade Mercury Moves a couple of months ago, and it was such a beautiful formula. Super pigmented, but easy to blend out. Looks so glossy and glowy on the cheeks. I had to pick this one up. It's an orange blush. You guys already know how I feel about orange and purple blushes. They're my absolute faves, so I just could not pass this one up, and look at that. Look how freaking beautiful that orange color is. Just like, this is absolute joy for me. One of the things that I love the most about this formula is just how easy it is to sheer out. So in the swatch, it is this super intense, bold orange pigment, but once you start to blend it out, it just shears out immediately, and you're left with this super gorgeous slight wash of orangey color on the skin. Like, it almost disappears, and it's super buildable, so you can really customize your own intensity. And especially with all of the liquid blushes on the market right now being so intensely pigmented, this is such a breath of fresh air. Like, it's so buildable, but shears out in such a beautiful way. It has a really nice, lightweight, very liquidy formula. However, it doesn't mess with the foundation. It doesn't mess with your coverage. Plays really well with other products. Like, it's an effortless product to use. And then the finish of it, it's not glowy or sparkly or glittery in any way, but it's not matte either. So it goes on and gives this really gorgeous, dewy, skin-like, lit from within kind of finish without any of the texture enhancing mica particles. Like, it's just so pretty. So this is the shade Solar Spin. I also have the shade Mercury Moves, which is a really gorgeous, like, light pinky coral color. They're both stunning. I don't know a lot about this brand just in general. I think the packaging is absolutely stellar. This is matte and soft touch. I just think the little tube is so adorable. This color of orange is like my absolute everything. It's like a Halloween orange, and it just makes me so very happy. There's nothing about this product that I don't enjoy. The next liquid blush that I picked up is a very different story. I picked up the blush drops from Rhodial Beauty. These are the Rhodial blush drops in the shade Frosted Pink. Now I just got a teeny tiny little mini size because a full size is $35. So I just got the little sample size. It says baby doll cheeks coming right up. This silky serum like blush blends like a dream over foundation to give you the perfect pop of pink, all without disturbing the makeup underneath. It's buildable and long-lasting, so you can layer it on for high intensity or keep it sheer for a low-key flush. Again, MSRP is for $35. Teeny tiny little vial of liquid blush. I have wanted to try these for the longest time. The full-size bottle just looks so pretty. They look so frosty and like glowy. It's like there's no way that that's not going to look good on the skin. And I was right. It does indeed look very nice on the skin. Again, a little doe foot applicator. We'll do a little swatcheroo. And that's what she looks like. Now, the only thing that I find disappointing about this blush is just how very sheer it is. Like, it's pretty, and in the swatch it looks stunning, but the minute you blend it out, that pigment pretty much disappears. And while it is still there, it's just, you have to build it so much. There is a very high like glow to pigment ratio, so what it ends up looking like is a little bit of a liquid blush lighter. So it's not so intense on the pigment, but very intense on the glow. So I definitely wouldn't use this as just like a straight up liquid blush. I would use it more as like a liquid blush topper or like a liquid blush lighter, that kind of thing, because at the high points of your face, we'll do just a little tippy tappy of it right there on the highest point of my face. And I'll just use my brush to just kind of blend it out a little bit and show you what I'm talking about. The pigment pretty much disappears. That pink pretty much goes away. And what you're left with is a very pretty pinky glow on the cheeks. And it doesn't look bad in any way, but it's not pigmented enough, in my opinion, to be a blush. I do think it's a very pretty blush lighter or like a blushy highlighter, but just on its own, there's just not enough pigmentation there for my preferences. Now, if you prefer a very slight, very glowy wash of color on your cheeks, you might really like this. However, I'm very glad I just sprang for the little sample size, because I feel like a full size would have been lost on me. I wouldn't have got a ton of use out of it. So a nice product, but not one that I would pick up again. Now, last but not least, I picked up a couple of skincare products. First up, we have these First Aid Beauty Facial Radiance Pads. It says, winter is tough on sensitive skin, but these daily treatment pads are not. They contain just the right amount of lactic and glycolic acids to gently exfoliate without irritation. Skin is soothed by cucumber licorice root and Indian gooseberry to help tone and brighten too. Now, they MSRP for $38. I picked them up for $12. Things like this I will never not have in my collection. I feel like exfoliating is so important, especially when you have dry skin. I really need that chemical exfoliant to help get that dead, loose, old, dry skin off of my face and help reveal the nice new pink, glistening, glowy, gorgeous skin underneath. And I find that physical exfoliants, they really do help in the short run, but in the long run, to kind of keep that dry skin from happening just in the first place, these are super necessary. Also, I get a ton of blackheads and like just clogged pores around my cheekbones, also on my nose, and without chemical exfoliants pads like these, they just get so clogged up and so like congested. My skin just so much texture, like texture city. So these really help cut down on my texture issues. They cut down on the dry skin. They also really help, in my opinion, with like fine lines, wrinkles, things like that. Just things like this are an absolute must in my collection. And I'm almost out of the toner, the exfoliating toner that I'm using right now. And these just saved me a step in my routine. because I don't have to get like my pad and then soak it with toner. It's just already there, ready and willing, waiting to go. So I like that. I like this a lot. The last product in today's video is a vitamin C serum. So this is from a brand that I have not tried before, but it seems very bougie, so I'm a little bit excited. This is the Femu Lumiere Vital C Serum. This Luxe Vitamin C Serum is on a mission to give you your glowiest skin ever. Packed with a stabilized vitamin C derivative, it helps even skin tone, brighten dark spots, and refine texture while boosting collagen for increased elasticity. So it says this MSRP is for $64. I picked it up for $12. I was like, I like that price cut. Let's try this. In the basket we go. Guys, collagen, vitamin C, they're things that should always be in your daytime skincare routine. They're things that I continuously have. I continuously run through them because I use them on a daily basis. The packaging just looks super nice. It looks very luxurious. It feels bougie. It's heavy. I don't know. $64, I'm assuming is going to be a pretty nice serum. Again, when it comes to skincare, once you pop that top, the timer starts. Not quite ready to start this particular timer, but when I do try it, I will keep you guys updated. If I fall in love with it, you will be the first ones to know. I promise. And with that, that is the end of this month's base BoxyCharm unboxing. I do hope it was helpful to you in some small way. Overall, I'm very happy with the value and the overall product variation in this month's box. I have not a bad thing to say about any of it. So total value for this month's BoxyCharm is sitting at about $184, and that is nothing to like gripe about, especially considering that a monthly subscription is sitting around $32. So definitely getting your money's worth there. As for the add-ons, I love everything I chose for the add-on portion of today's video, apart from the Rodeo blush drops, and these weren't even bad. They just weren't exactly what I was hoping for. But other than that, everything was chef's kiss, 10 out of 10. Very, very happy with it. Now, when it comes to total value of all of the add-ons that I purchased, that's sitting at around $336. Now, I only paid about $94.50 for it, so massive, massive savings there. Guys, I have absolutely nothing to complain about this month at all. As always, I'll put a full list of everything I spoke about in today's video down in the description box. And of course, if you have any questions, all you gotta do is leave me a comment and I will get back to you. As always, no filters, no fancy lighting. It is just me sitting in front of my camera, unboxing my BoxyCharm, hoping you guys are enjoying what I'm doing. If you did enjoy today's video, don't forget to give it a big old thumbs up before you leave. As always, guys, until next time, stay safe, take care of yourselves, and remember, you're important. Bye.